Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. You're going to get 10% on any disc at the website. This includes all discs except for the new OTB drops, and we already have those at the lowest price that MVP will allow us to sell them at. So use the link in the description below or go to discgolfdealsusa.com/icebergtv. Get your discount today. Let's go check out this sweet private course. Hey guys, Dylan here from Iceberg TV. I was supposed to be meeting a friend here, but he unfortunately hurt his knee. But I'm here at Brackett's Bluff private disc golf course up in Davidson, North Carolina. And this is hole one. It's like a 250-foot par 3 that we need to swing a stable putter out to the left. But so far, I'm expecting this to be an absolutely insane video. This property is already super cool. I already see a ton of elevation when driving up. And I think this is going to be a very unique experience, not only for me, but also for you guys. So I'm going to try and just throw like 1 to 2 shots on every hole, just try and throw like a somewhat decent shot on every hole and then just try and get through this course. But I mean, shout out Dave, Brackett, cool property, hole 1. Let's get started. Nice little envy there. I do think that's absolutely parked. So people that play here all the time probably will comment and say, hey, Dylan, why didn't you throw it at the trampoline? And that's because I didn't realize that that was a thing. Should have went for the trampoline line. Definitely not parked. Should have used the trampoline. Not a bad par to start off on hole 1. All right, we got nice disc catchers out here as well, which is always a good sign of a nice, good private course. Great baskets. Hole 2, 176 feet. It's a nice little bend from left to right. Try out the fission proxy. That should be good. Oh, hit a tree, kicked big left. Felt good about that throw though. Thinking I hit one of these trees, one of these little guardians right in front of the basket there. Got a little kick left, but that was a very nice throw. Very happy with that proxy shot. All right. Got the unfortunate kick, but we still took home a nice birdie on 2. Let's go. Hole 3, 385-foot par 4. It looks like you really want to throw a disc that's going to turn and move from left to right. On the map there, it just says ditch to the left, and I don't think I want to go in the ditch. I think that's much better. Yeah, the Archer was definitely the disc. It's much easier to get that kind of just going that way. All right, the Archer put us in a really nice spot. I've got this fission or electron plastic Envy here. I've really been enjoying this disc. Just going to kind of punch it up in this space up on the right, swing it back left. It's a bit up to the right, but I think we're going to have a putt from there. The Archer was in a perfect spot. Got a nice little downhill death putt here. The Envy landed us right on circle's edge, putting downhill. No way. That's a good putt. Hole 4, 275, par 3. You can see the basket just through this gap, left side of the fairway. Gonna try out the Electron Envy here. Just smash it. See if we can't just get it to go straight. Oh, I love it. Oh, I hit the last tree. This is a cool hole. I gotta throw another. Let's try that cosmic stamped detour that you can get from Disc Golf Deals USA. Use the link in the description below to save 10%. I'm gonna use this that we tried on the last hole. Yes. That is so sick. I overdrove it by like 70 feet, but that was such a sick shot. Blasted it about 65 long. There's not a great spot to put the tripod, but I basically would have laid up and down for par anyway. Great hole, absolutely fantastic hole. If you bail out earlier than I did, you're just gonna push right into this hill and have a nice birdie look. Hole 5 is a 265-foot par 3. You can see the basket just barely right up here. It's basically the same shot as the last hole. You can go flat to Annie on the left, or just like a pure hyzer flip on the right. I'm gonna try and smash this right side with that same cosmic detour I drove on the last hole. That's the one to miss right there. Let's try. This Meteor is a little more stable. I actually trust it a little bit more to hang on this left side. Don't turn, don't turn, don't turn, don't turn. All right, we kicked to about circle 2, putting uphill at the basket. Been loving that Meteor. Just holds the line more like a proxy and doesn't change its line in the mid-flight like any other Meteor I've ever had. That Z Meteor, by far the most stable one I've ever owned, and I've really been enjoying it. All right, I thought we were gonna be super short, but this tree actually just kicked us right inside the circle. I thought I was much further away. So glad to be putting with the peaks again. The pivots were nice. They're just slipping out of my hand a little too early. I switched back to the peaks and started making all my putts again. It was like first putt yesterday, I putted the peak and it was like bang, like that's in the basket. I haven't felt that since I've been using the pivots. Nothing wrong with the pivots, but the peaks are just a bit more familiar in my hands at the moment. Fantastic usage of the elevation. Throwing over these like rolling mounds is super fun. Now we have a nice uphill 260-foot par 3. I'm gonna throw the Trident, try and punch the right side here, and then let the stability of the Trident carry us over towards the basket on the left there. Latitude, bring back the Gold Burst Trident. Oh, we got left a little, not quite left enough. I feel like that shot's gonna require a little more height and a little more hyzer. Not quite sure what the basket is, so we're just gonna take that one. The hole's a little straighter than I thought based on the T sign. I could have went with something a bit straighter than the Trident, but very cool hole and a great use of the elevation. So far, only good holes. Hasn't been a bad hole yet. Hole 7, a 300-foot par 3. I may not be quite observant enough, but I can't find the official T sign that shows me where the basket is. I'm just gonna assume it kind of bends up to the left where that fairway naturally goes. Put this beat up Sexton Firebird back in my bag for this exact kind of shot for on the Trident. Doesn't quite give me quite enough distance. Miss it. I did exactly what I wanted to do, so hopefully, hopefully the basket's over there. All right, it took me a minute to find the disc. The basket's right here. My disc is just over there. I'm gonna go over there and putt it in a sec, but there's like a big gorge right here. So if you come up, if you go for the pin, you better get across, otherwise you're gonna be all the way down there. That would have been a disaster to lose your 2018 Sexton on the temp or the private course. That's always a bad day. All right, circle 2 look. Oh, come on. Off the band into the ditch. I guess you're gonna putt that putt, you better make it too. Got a 355-foot par 3. You guys aren't gonna be able to see the basket, but I put you in the gap here. I essentially need to pound a distance driver. I put this Tatooster trail back in the bag. I lost my factory second one, unfortunately, at Tiger River. You just pound the trail full power. Hopefully we get a little bit of flip up, but we still need it to fade up the hill to the left of the end. Maybe this is where the course starts to have some teeth, because this is a very tricky hole. All right, the trail definitely had enough oomph on it, but didn't quite have the flip up we needed. Another hole where you're not really mad about taking the par. I think this Tatooster one is a bit more stable than the factory second one that I lost. I've been throwing that one for a while and it was flipping up a lot. Freaking awesome hole. Absolutely just splendid. Insane fairway. I'm getting such like Charlotte mixed with Asheville disc golf vibes here. A lot of these holes, just the way that it looks and the elevation reminds me a lot of Richmond Hill, which was my favorite course up in Asheville. But you still have all these like dead straight, like Charlotte style lines. Hole 9, 315, par 3. We're going to go back to the river. I need it to flip more than it did last time. I'm going to have to really smash this thing. I need it to go straight and pretty far up this hill. All right, the trail kicked, middle of the fairway. I don't know if it's the left basket or the right basket. We're going to go for the right one. That's a putt. All right, I can see the 9 on the basket now. We definitely played to the correct hole. There's another hole that plays from a shorter tee to that basket on the left. That's hole 18. Great par save. I'm so happy to be putting with the peaks again. They're just feeling so clean out of the hand. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So if the basket's down in front of the rock, that one should be parked. The detour landed about here and then rolled way down the hill. The verdict is gone, but still want to showcase this beautiful green. Basket was in fact right next to the rock. What a sick green. Hole 11, 140 feet. You're literally just tossing your disc over this rock down a little cliff. The basket is over to the right. So this is the rock that we just had to throw over. The decline here is at least 25, 30 feet of decline. Reminds me of a hole back I played in Tasmania at a private course where you literally just drop your disc off a cliff. Not too far from that, honestly. All right, although this is a really sick looking putt, the next hole's right there, and it's kind of weird to get down there unless I go on the next hole and get it from there. So hole 12, 240 feet. You want to hit through this gap and then move a bit over to the right. I actually think the shot shape is definitely the archer. So let's go with the jawbreaker archer here. Just hit the gap, let it do what it does. Get right. All right, we'll give it one more try with the Cosmic Detour. Basically same line. Yeah, that's up there. That's putting. And we got some cool like ponds and bridges, some water hazard that thankfully the detour did not find its way into, but man, could get risky out here if you land in there. Hole 15, 260 feet, just straight uphill. Just take your flippiest disc and smoke it up there. I guess I'd get the archer. That can't be good, but that's all we got. Actually, not a bad shot, just a little short here. Oh, not a bad par. Tough hole. All right, guys, so I was running a little bit short on time today, so I didn't get to play the entire layout. The full course has 21 holes. I saw a lot of the holes in the tee pads. They kind of are in close proximity to some of the holes that I already played. And they were very synonymous to the holes that I'd already played. Again, running out of time. Really sick course. David Brackett, who owns the course, just if you ever go there, make sure you text him. Make sure you get the okay to understand the schedule, the rules. It's imperative that you reach out to him before you go play the course. But I would highly recommend if you are in this area. This is about 30 minutes from me. I live in the north side of the city in Charlotte. And it was totally worth it. Very unique experience. It felt like somewhere between like a little slice of an Asheville mountain course mixed with the Charlotte golf that we all know and love. And it's something pretty special that I'm surprised I haven't gone up here to play before. Not a lot of my friends have played here either. And yeah, I'll definitely be encouraging my friends to come up and play the league, support the course. And yeah, it was a super cool experience. And it's just another great gem that we have in the greater Charlotte area. I love the elevation. I love the basket placements. The tee pads, I didn't showcase them very much, but they're extremely high quality tee pads, great baskets. And I would give the course a very high rating. If you like this style of golf, like this kind of elevation, like woodsy, like techie golf, lots of putters, mids, and a handful of fairway drivers, I mean, you're going to really like this place. I'm going to give it like an 8.3 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10, somewhere in that range. I feel like is super fair, as long as you like this style of golf. But anyway, let me know if you guys have played there or if you'd like to play there in the comments down below. Stay humble with gratitude. I'll catch you in the next one, and take care.